going to start with a good amount of oil. We want to put it on very superficially because we don't want it to go into the client's skin, because we want the stones to glide, and we're going to do the back of the arms at the same time. If you do find that the oil has kind of seeped into the client's skin at any time, just go ahead and put some extra oil on, because we want the stones to glide and not stop on the client's body. If they tend to drag, you could burn the client. And then I'm also putting a little bit of oil on each time I take the stone out of the roaster and drying it off, and then I just put a little extra oil on it as well. So we're going to introduce the stone on the back of our hand and get it going, and then we drop the stone down, and once it goes onto the client's skin, we're going to have it remain in motion the whole time. I don't know if you can see this, but I am flipping the stone every time it comes towards me. And then eventually I'm just going to work my way down the client's back, flipping each time, working my way up. And the goal of the stone is to go into the client's palm, so I'm going to work my way down her arm. Again, I'm flipping each time the stone comes towards me. Working my way down here, in this area here. I'm going to do 3 effleurage strokes all the way up, the entire length of her arm, and in the palm of her hand. Again, I'm introducing it on the back. We're introducing it on the fleshiest part of that particular part of the body, because it's more resistant to the heat. And working our way down, warming up the area. Arm here. And 3 effleurages. And in the palm of the hand. So again, I'm going to introduce it. Every time you introduce anything on the back, it's always going to be on the shoulder blades, because it's the fleshiest area there. And then I'm making my way down. The goal of this stone is to work the QL area here, but we're still going to warm it up. So I'm going to bring it back up, because the stone is a little bit too hot to slow it down on the body. You could burn your client. And then I'm just switching so that I go towards the client's feet, making rectangles. Now it's a little bit cooler. I can slow it down in motion, and I'm putting it on its side, and I'm stripping down the erector muscles. And I bring it back flat to smooth anything out that may have been aggravated during that. Third time, and bringing it back flat. Now I'm just going to circle my way down to the lower QL area here and warm this area up here. Now my stone is a little bit cooler. I can even stop it in motion here. So I'm turning it on its side, and I'm doing trigger point work and friction work here, starting at the 12th rib. As I work my way to the lateral side, then I'll strip back, but in the next line down, and then I'm making my way slowly down to the iliac crest. And once I've reached the top of the ilium, I'm just going to smooth everything out. And then before I leave this area, I'm going to just switch to a figure 8. So one hand on top of the other with pressure, slight pressure, not over the spine, but pressure on each side. I'm going to just do a figure 8. So I'm lifting a little bit as I go over the spine, and then more pressure as I'm on the sides. I'm going to do that for about 8 times. And then again, smooth this area out. Switch to my effleurages. Again, I'm flipping every time the stone comes towards me. This helps to create heat with my hands so that the stone always remains a little bit warm. Once I get to the top here, I'm going to just come off the top. And I'm finished with this working stone, and I'll get another one. I don't know if you can see this, but every time it comes towards me, I'm flipping the stone away from me. So the heat of my hand is helping to create heat in the stone so that it always stays warm for the client. I'm using my fingers as a guide so that the stone doesn't slip out of my hands. Circle my way down to the QL area. Forming this area up here for some detailed work here. Again, starting at the 12th rib, I'm making my way down towards the lateral side. Stripping back, and each time I strip back, I'm moving down a little bit towards the ilium. Again, I'm using my fingers as a guide to help the stone not to slip out of my hands. And then once you reach the ilium, turn the stone flat again. Do some circular motions to smooth everything out. And then again, we'll do that figure 8, one hand on top of the other for support. Light pressure over the spine. Start with our effleurages again, working our way up.